As the energies of the planet continue to raise, more of this light is going to come into your field. More of this light is going to come and bring up anything that is hidden, anything unconscious, anything that you have stuffed down. So this light is going to bring more pressure. As the pressure increases, you may start to feel depressed. You may start to feel anxious. You may start to feel all types of emotions. And as humans, we think something's wrong. We perceive if we're depressed, something's wrong, we need help. Or if we're anxious all the time, something's wrong and we need help. And for a lot of people, they probably do need help. But if you're watching this today, some of you may just be helpful to allow that energy to teach you what it's meant to teach you. That energy of depression, that energy of anxiety is trying to show you something. It's trying to teach you something. That light is trying to break you open. So you just have to allow this to happen. Allow and accept whatever you're experiencing. And again, for some of you, it may be helpful to try and shift this. To try and shift this through breath work or meditation or doing some type of hypnotherapy. These things can be helpful. You can shift the energy. But sometimes, through my experience in life, no matter what you do, no matter if it's the chanting, whether it's the sage in the clearing, the breath work, going out and going for a run, which can be helpful at times. Sometimes when we do all these things, nothing works. And God, the universe, or our higher self is just simply wanting us to sit with this energy, to experience it. It has many, many lessons that our ego can't comprehend. There's many lessons and there's many directions that energy is pushing you towards, creating a catalyst, teaching you something, enabling you to grow, to evolve. And it's through those dark times, it's through the depression, it's through anxiety, it's through those times where our ego is not happy. It's through that where we truly get this transformational experience, this transformational soul experience, where we can truly connect back to our true nature. So if you are experiencing depression lately, or if you're experiencing a bit of confusion, or you're feeling unmotivated, a bit of anxiety, fear, whatever it may be, just allow yourself to surrender to it. Surrender to the energy. Surrender to whatever you're experiencing without wanting it to go. Because as this light comes through, it can be intense. Very, very intense. And it will bring up things with you. It'll bring up all these hidden things. And sometimes we may be feeling an emotion, we think something's wrong, but there's something underneath that. There's something more deeper at the core. And we're experiencing a surface layer emotion. But really that surface layer emotion is protecting what's at the core. So just trust. Allow yourself to experience it, to feel it. It can be helpful to seek support, get some one-on-one support, either by myself or there's many other beautiful healers out there and therapists. Get some support, check in. See what that energy is wanting for you. But also know that this energy is trying to teach you something. It's trying to show you something. It's trying to wake you up. And it just wants you to look and pay attention. So are you paying attention? Are you paying attention to what the universe, to what your higher self, to what God is trying to bring into your field? So when you pay attention to this, sit with it, allow it to unravel on its own, let it teach you what it needs to teach you without trying to change it. And again, checking in for whether this resonates with you. It might not. There may be a time where you need to step up. There may be a time where you need to shift this energy. If you're experiencing this for long periods of time, like say over months or even years, then of course you need to go and seek some support and shift this. But if you're only experiencing this for the last few days, or it's been a week or two, just allow yourself to sit with it, see what the lessons are. I had much things I had to deal with for many years. I had constant anxiety and panic attacks that didn't really fade away until I just allowed them to happen, allowed them to teach me things. Obviously, I learned tools along the way to cope with that better, but ultimately I just had to allow that pressure, that light that was coming in, that was breaking up my world, shaking me up, changing my direction, or else, I wouldn't have made the change. I would have been still doing what I was doing many years ago. Still would have been in that circle of friends, eating that food, caught up in those addictions, the 9 to 5, being lazy, whatever how I was back then. If it wasn't for those catalysts, that difficulty, those dark and difficult emotions, those anxious and paranoid moments, I wouldn't be where I am today. So a lot of that was helping me in the moment, but I didn't know it was helping me. I hated it. I wanted it to go away. But now, once I've gone through it, I see, there was an intelligence behind that. An intelligence behind whatever I was experiencing. So if you're experiencing this right now, it's normal. There's lots of you on the planet that are, including myself. And, some of us are better at working through it because we understand it. We've experienced it many, many times. So I know it's going to shift. I know to trust whatever it's trying to teach me. But for some of you, you may not be used to this. Some of you may think something's wrong and I need to fix this. Something needs to be attended to. And yeah, you're right. You are right. And it can be helpful to get support, but it can also be helpful to just allow it to happen, to trust that energy of pressure, that energy of depression, that energy of anxiety, confusion, lack of motivation, laziness, whatever it is. Allow it. Allow it to just do what it needs to do.